Folks, a little more detail on this contingency table, computing the joint and marginal probabilities, just to make sure your formulas, excuse me, are all correct. Let me actually take this out. I don't want to use that. Excuse me. So this is the data that you're given here. Looks like males and females from different parts of the world, and we're just going to look at the joint and marginal probabilities. So just very quickly, we got looks like 125 males from Canada, 9 females from Europe, so on and so forth. So what we did here is just went ahead and summed up all the males, summed up all the females, and then from each country, and it looks like we got a total of 436. So this first piece here, where we're going to construct a joint probability table, we want to know the probability of or effectively the probability of a male from Canada. So it's effectively just the number of males from Canada divided by the total. But what I want to show you here, because we're going to copy this formula, one of the piece of magic that has to happen here in order for this to compute correctly. So again, it's the total number of males from Canada divided by the total number of observations that we're looking at. So what I'm going to do once I finish this formula is I'm going to copy it all the way across so I don't have to repeat the formula. But in order for the denominator to stay the same, I do not want the denominator to change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here, and in front of the I, I'm going to put a dollar sign, and then I'll skip over to in front of the 2 and put another dollar sign. And that way, when I copy this formula over to all other countries or regions, the denominator is not going to change. And I'll show you how I'm going to check that in just a second. So I'll just take the sum of this, and this will give me the marginal probability of a male. And then the same thing for the females. So a female from Canada, so equals 102 divided by the total number of observations. I just want to go back and put in a dollar sign in front of the I, and then a dollar sign in front of the 20. And then if I copy it over, and a little check here to make sure that these formulas are working correctly. Let me just take the sum of all the females, and let me just add these up, and this should equal 1 if everything is working correctly. So I've got 100% allocated across male and female. And let's see, so what do I need to do here? Let me go get, actually, I don't know why I did that. Let me go back, undo that. I can't undo that. Let me add up the, the percentage or the marginal probability of Canadians. So equal sum of these two values. And I don't need to change anything here, because when I copy this, I want Excel to change the cells to US and then to Europe and then to Asia. Nothing is going to stay the same. But again, the key being, when you want a cell to not change when you're copying formulas, you're going to have to put the dollar signs in front of the alpha and then right in front of the numeric. And let me just make sure that these are all working as well. This all should sum to 1 as well. Right, and so we're good. So again, this contingency table that we started with, and now we have joint probabilities and we have marginal probabilities. And let's see, while I'm here, this problem is often missed on this homework assignment, so let me just show you while we're here. What is the probability that a female student what is the probability that a female student is from outside Canada or the United States? So first of all, think of this in terms of when we think of probability, we think of probability in terms of a fraction with a numerator and the denominator. The first thing that we want to make sure that we're clear about here is we're just talking about female students. So the denominator, however you want to do this with the raw values of the percentages, I'll use, or the probabilities, I'll use the probabilities. So the denominator in my fraction is going to be this value right here, 0.50229. And then what I need to know is what percentage, or what is the probability of getting a female from, outside Canada or the US. So if I go back into my table, it looks like I'm going to sum these 3 values as my numerator. So the probability that a female student is from outside Canada or the United States will be the sum of these 3 values. Again, that is my numerator. divided by the percentage or the probability of a female. And it looks like the probability of selecting a female student from outside Canada or the United States is about 0.48. So I hope this helps. If we need more discussion, post a note on the discussion board, and we will have whatever talk we need to have to get everybody squared away on this. Thanks.